Welcome back to Designsmith. Today I want to show you how you can mask a subject in Photoshop and make sure that you are editing your subject non-destructively. Before we get started, please consider subscribing to support the channel. So a lot of designers will tend to do something like this, where they freehand the subject, and I'm just going to do something quickly here just as an example. Normally I would mask everything, but I'm just going to come over here and just kind of do something like this. Okay, nowhere close to being perfect, but this is just for the example of the video. A lot of designers will make their selection and then make a new layer from that selection, and they'll zoom in and grab the eraser tool and start to erase things here. And the problem with that is that aside from a couple of steps going backwards with your undo button, whatever you erase using this method is going to be gone. And let's say that you're doing something like this and you make a mistake and your mouse kind of goes like this. Yes, you can quickly hit undo, but there's going to be a lot of situations where you're working with a new background and your subject against your background is not going to work until you bring that new background in. And so there's going to be a lot of areas that you're going to need to go in and fix in order for it to work against your new background. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to delete this layer and we'll bring back our original background layer. And let's make a quick selection. Let's go to Select and Subject. So this will give us our marching ants here. So instead of creating a new layer from this, go over here to your layers panel and click on Layer Masks. What this is going to do is it's going to isolate the subject from the background, and you'll see that behind the subject we have a transparent background. And I've added this brick wall background here. So as you can see, a lot of the work is done for us, but if we go over here and click on this mask, and we'll hit the letter B on our keyboard to activate our brush tool, what you can do with this is going to end up being a lot more efficient. So we're going to grab our brush tool, and remember, whenever you're using this method, black conceals and white reveals. So we have to make sure that if we want to erase something, that black is selected as our foreground color. So we can click on this right here and you can just kind of smooth out some of the hair right here. But after you do that, if you realize that you only want a little part of this hair back, you switch over to white and then you can paint over that area and it will actually bring it back for you. Same thing here in this area. If we want to kind of blend this a little bit better, then just make sure that white is selected and it'll start to bring back parts of the photo. And this is a great example right here. Part of our original selection took out part of our arm. So let's make sure that our white is selected. I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller and we'll just kind of brush over this right here and bring back that part of the arm again. And here's another area where we can bring back the arm because we have that layer mask. And this right here is feathering just a little bit around her shirt. So we'll go in and fill in this area. And then this little tiny area right here, we need to go in and get rid of. So let's hit Command H to get rid of that grid that I can't stand. And what I'll do here is make a little selection of this. This sometimes works a little bit better. And now with our brush tool, we can go in, make sure this is black because we're getting rid of it. There may be some areas that you need to go in and refine just a little bit, but you get the general gist of what's going on here. Anytime you want to bring something back, you can just paint over it with white. And as you can see, that original background is starting to come back. And whenever you switch to black, it's going to start erasing your subject and you can start to blend a little bit better here. All right, well, I hope this video was valuable to you. I hope I taught you something in Photoshop today. If you wouldn't mind, please hit like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.